Welcome to the name game. Workout number 62 is the Riddler. 4-time, 27 shuttle run, 21 line facing burpee, 15 deadlift. Rest 1 minute. 15 deadlift, 21 line facing burpee, 27 shuttle run. For the shuttle run, it's just like the individual quarterfinals and age group in the 2022 season. It was 2 lengths, each being 25 feet, equals 1 rep. So 1 lap equals 1 rep, and you do have to touch one hand past the line, and both feet have to pass that line. For the line facing burpee, you can use whatever line you want. I'd probably suggest using the line that's already down there for your shuttle run. When you're doing your burpee, again, no part of your hands and feet are ever allowed to touch a line. You have to jump over the line each time. It does not have to be a 2-foot takeoff. However, you do have to jump. You can't just kind of shuffle your way over. You do have to jump these line facing burpees. And then the 15 deadlift. The prescribed weight is 315 for males, 205 for females, or 80%. So whichever is going to be less. So calculate 80% of your 1 rep max for deadlift. Whichever is less, whether that's 85% or the prescribed weight, that's what you're going to be using for this workout. Now we're going to loop in Coach Chris and we're going to talk about strategy.
So my initial impressions is it's a lot of shuttle runs. So you're going to be doing lots and lots of shuttle runs. So being prepared for that is important.
So how should you be prepared for it? Just
so
mentally.
So the way I looked at the shuttle run, and to be fair, there's a shuttle run and line facing burpees. For anyone who's made it to quarterfinals, you've done the shuttle run. I competed in it.
Oh, well, the shuttle run in general. I thought you meant line facing burpee. General. Yeah.
Nope, shuttle run in general. If you did individual or team quarterfinals, or correct me if I'm wrong, the age group quarterfinal.
Yeah, they all had them.
All right, so if you've made it to the quarterfinals in any capacity, you've done the shuttle runs now.
Yeah, I've programmed them a lot since then, just because it's a new movement, so getting people familiar with it. And
yep. And from a team perspective, we had the line facing burpee. For me, and I don't know if you felt like this, I found the shuttle run pretty easy, and I think the wrestling background came into play. Like, I can't tell you how many sprints we've done in practice, and we're not going far. A mat length, you know what I mean? So it's
you're in a small room.
Yeah. So, but the way I kind of looked at it, and it's tough, without physically showing people, but the standard they gave is you have to get both feet behind the line and a hand behind the line. So what I did was I kind of ran and did almost like a jump turn.
Yeah.
I didn't really jump, but like as soon as I got both feet behind the line, I would turn.
Yeah. You turn both feet facing the same way, where you can go forward the way that you are already pointing.
Almost like a cut. I might have been slightly at an angle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would touch with the one hand, and let's say I'm turning to my left. So I'm turning left. My left hand would go onto my knee just to add some support, where I'm not just bending at the waist like this and just compressing my rib cage and just poor deadlift, praying mantis position.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you touch and you're in that position, you just push and go the other direction, right? And then I tried to alternate the way I turned each way.
Yeah, I would recommend that for the burpee too. A lot of people, they end up spinning in a circle, and for example, they also end up stepping up with the same leg. For most people, they're going to maybe step up these burpees, or for a lot of people, they will. So they end up stepping with their left leg up every single time. So that left hip flexor gets really tired compared to the other one. So what I like to do, what you're recommending is face the same wall the whole time, which means that you're turning opposite directions. So what I typically do, if you're someone who doesn't like to watch the clock, you can turn the opposite way, but I like to watch the clock. So I'll turn each way where I can continue to see the clock, or I can continue to see my judge or whatever, right? It just allows me to do that. Gives you some options.
Yeah, and if anyone has worked with me at all, I'm sure my athletes kind of laugh. That's something I hammer home on the burpees. Bar facing burpees, burpee box jump overs, all movements like that. The worst thing you could do is turn the whole way the whole time. you're literally just fatiguing one side of your body immensely. And then in addition to that, and it might sound silly, but like with a line facing burpee, you're not jumping very high. So the cycle speed can get pretty quick. And if you're spinning in a circle, you can get dizzy. Like it sounds ridiculous, but you're fatiguing one side
especially
more
if you're
than
doing
the
your
other.
reps at a good clip.
Exactly. So if you are not able, if you're watching this video and you're not able to alternate sides, reach out to your coach or just start practicing it on your own.
Yeah. Just start doing it. I mean, it's really,
yeah,
it'll take you like a session or 2 or 3 to kind of get in the groove of doing it on that opposite side, but it's worth it in the long run. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
All right. So shuttle run, line facing burpees, obviously 2 movements that are going to get your heart rate up. There's not a bottleneck there. You're going to be able to keep moving the whole time. The deadlift is obviously the other aspect of this, right? Where it's high tension. It's gonna basically, you're not going to be able to breathe freely when you're at a 315, 205 or a 205 deadlift or 80%, right? Whichever one is lighter for you there is what you're going to be using. Either way, for everybody, it's a heavy deadlift. So how would you think about breaking or not breaking the deadlift? Because again, these are sort of, it's like a mirrored Metcon where you got a minute rest in the middle, 27, 21, 15 deadlifts, heavy weight, you rest 1 minute and you're right back at the deadlifts again. So how would you think about managing your work rest there?
So the first thing I would look at is, like you said, the 315 is a relatively heavy deadlift, but what is your deadlift? So what I mean by that is, if I have an athlete whose deadlift is 600 pounds, like we're just going to go unbroken, right? Like it doesn't make any sense to break that up. I feel like most athletes in the sport, call it at a relatively high level, probably sit somewhere in the 450 to 515 deadlift range. Give or take, right? I mean, You're going to have, for a male, that's probably the vast majority of like, let's call it quarterfinals, a little bit, upper level of quarterfinals. That's probably where most people sit.
Yeah.
And so if that's you, you're
so for example, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. So if this is a 315 deadlift for a male and their max is 450, that's 70%.
Right.
So like, for example, let's just use that as, and the equivalent for a female is going to be close to 300 pounds.
Yeah. 450. If you use 450 as a marker,
it'd be like 295.
I have it 315 if you use 70%. Yeah.
I'm saying for females, if your max is like 295, you're looking at around 70% at that 205 bar.
Got
it. Similar comparison. So let's just assume like someone's in that range, in that vicinity.
Yeah. So if for those people, I'd probably look to 2-set this, maybe even 3-set with a quick rest. And that's because a lot of times that 1 minute rest is fugazi. It's going to bait people into trying to, again, let's say 65, 70%, try to push to do those deadlifts unbroken or close to it, but you don't get much rest. And that second set of deadlifts is going to be really tough at that point.
And then going into burpees and shuttle runs with like a huge glute pump.
Yeah. So, you're probably going to look to 2 to 3 set it is my guess. If you're going to 3 set it, keep the rest short. And then same thing on the back end, use that rest obviously to gather your heart rate the best you can. And then you could probably try, if you're good at burpees, you could probably try to do bigger sets on the second set of deadlifts. But again, probably 2 sets.
Yeah. I would say if someone's using the 80%, again, all the same things apply. Is probably a good idea to break it at least 3 times. I would probably say maybe go like 3 in that or a 3 in the first set of deadlifts, and maybe go like triples in the second set. And that way you can just manage your heart rate a little bit more and like get right into the burpees, get right into the shuttle runs, and not have to like be like kind of slopping through those reps the entire rest of the workout. Like you're better off taking an extra 2 or 3 seconds to break that extra time so that you can maintain a good cycle speed for the other 2 movements.
Yeah, especially the shuttle runs. Like if I learned anything from the quarterfinals, it's like if you're just going to lollygag your way through the shuttle runs because you need that to recover your heart rate, you're going to lose so much time, especially across 27 reps, which is, I mean, that's
probably about 4 to 5 seconds a rep. Well,
yeah, it's
4 to 5
also
seconds of length. So it actually
it's
would
also
be double that.
1,350 feet.
Mm.
You know, so you're going at it's 2,700 feet across the workout. So it's like you got a lot of time to lose time.
Well, there you go. I think that's the big takeaway is like you can't lollygag on the bar, but also don't get baited into trying to do it unbroken. You got to move well in the other two parts, especially the shuttle run.
Yep.
And lastly, we encourage as many people as possible to jump in with you and do these workouts. So you've got people who want to throw down with you, by all means, encourage them to do that. However, we want everyone to submit their scores, right? So where you're going to go to is dwarffitness.com. You'll hit on menu, drop down from the protocol. You'll hit that tab called name game. And then you'll go down to the first workout, which should be the newest one. And you're going to click that little green arrow. There you'll be able to enter your name also with the workout name. That's important because it tags it so it doesn't get lost in the forum later on. But then you obviously are going to put your score or your time, and then you'll submit it. If you click on that little number next to it, you're going to see all the other comments, right? You might actually not be able to view them all. So if you hit view all comments, that's going to take you down sort of a leaderboard where you get to compare scores. And then also your coach gets to help determine where you stack up versus other competitors to be able to determine your individual weaknesses. It's going to be super helpful for us, pretty exciting and engaging for you guys. And if you're someone who's watching this, you're not a Dwarf Fitness athlete yet, I'll link to it below, but you can either check out the protocol or one-on-one coaching and we'll reach out, see if you're a good fit. And for everyone, best of luck on the workout.